Alright, so anyway, I know. What is exactly friggin' sovereign immunity? Mm, oops. Mm, 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 mm. And why can you use it in the civil case, which was about discrimination as well? That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I'm not a lawyer or anything, and I don't need one for civil court, right? But it don't mean I'm going to understand everything you're doing. Now, listen though what it says though, right? Right. Sovereign immunity or crown judge immunity is a legal doctrine whereby a sovereign or state cannot commit a legal wrong and is immune from civil suits or criminal prosecution, strictly speaking in modern texts, in its own courts. Okay. A similar, stronger rule as regards foreign courts is named state immunity. So what they're saying is, right, basically it looks like, because he's a state employee, right, okay, and even if a legal wrong is committed, and is immune from civil suits or criminal prosecution. Right, that's what I mean, Judge. I'm saying that's a monarchy way of doing things. For the court to not allow a civilian, if it's a police officer who made a mistake on his report using a disability discriminatory against the person with the disability because he's trying to be honest about it, and is turning left where his left eye, he told him, was 20/20, and his right eye is 20/30, but he thought it was 2200, right? And he told him that at the scene, right? But it turns out he was wrong. It was really 20/30. See, the suit is about making this known, but the state is acting like in its own courts. See, not necessarily the judge, he's trying to enforce the law, but the law of the state made to cover its employees in case they get sued civilly or criminally. Well, that means what? If you're an employee of the state, you cannot commit a crime or be sued civilly, right? Well, that sounds like a king dictatorship state, sorry, that they had in England to protect their lords and ladies and crown from being culpable for mistakes, right? Exactly. Exactly. All right. So, the official exemption of a ruler or state from certain types of civil suits and criminal prosecution. So, felt like fucking Robin Hood, huh? Damn right. All right. So, sovereign immunity is a judicial doctrine that prevents the government or its political subdivisions, departments, and agencies from being sued without its consent, right? The doctrine stems from the ancient English principle that the monarch can do no wrong, Judge Michael. So I'm calling you a king, or the courts acting like a king? The courts acting like a king. No. Don't know. Mm-hmm. What is a waiver of sovereign immunity? This provides a government unit is deemed to have waived sovereign immunity with respect to any claim such as against such governments until that is the property of the estate and that arose out of the same transaction or occurrence out of which such government's mental units claim arose. What did the 11th Amendment do? What does that mean? The 11th Amendment protects the state from judicial actions in federal court by a citizen or other state or county. I know. Right. The U.S. Congress passed the amendment in 1794. And it was ratified by 12 of the 15 American states in 1795. Oh, no. You mean President Trump? Okay. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Is claiming this rule. Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And guess what? Democrats, he can do it. It's the 11th Amendment to the Constitution. Uh-oh. Here's mud in your eye. And why do you think I told you he's winning? He's winning because you cannot legally prosecute him for a crime he did not really technically commit. Technically, all he did is discuss it with the president of another country about Joe Biden if they did something illegal. Mm-hmm. Well, see, the thing is, though, Mr. President, that works both ways. You also cannot prosecute Joe. Get that too, right? Damn. Okay. Even though his son, who, while he was in vice presidency office, and not supposed to receive foreign aid either, or foreign money either, right? But he did. Well, guess what? Sovereign immunity applies to Joe, too. Uh-oh. Let me see, make sure now. Mm-hmm. And, well, another state or county, right? Mm-hmm. There's foreign sovereign immunity, exceptions to sovereign immunity, the doctrine of waiver, right? The purpose of the 11th Amendment. What are the 10 amendments? Mm-hmm. You know the 10. You know the 10. Freedom of speech, religion, press, etc. Right to keep and bear arms. The conditions of quartering soldiers. Right of search and seizure. Mm-hmm. Provisions regarding the prosecution of an individual. Right. And so on and so forth. Right. Mm-hmm. Well, the 11th. Mm-hmm. Kind of makes us a dictatorship again, don't it? Oh. So what? Either the president though, or judge can really be prosecuted, right? You see what I mean? Kind of fun. But see, Joe's in the position of the vice presidency's office when he did that, right? Or his son did that, right? And Trump is just messing around with the president of Ukraine, kind of playing with him probably, threatening the quid pro quo him, but really didn't. Technically, right? He's talking about it, maybe. You can't prove anything other than that, right? I know. That's the point, too. So he, too, can use sovereign immunity, though. Because it kind of seems like Joe is, even though he might not be, but really, technically, he is, right? Because no one in office, right, or their family can receive or make money from another foreign nation either. Hello. What you doing?